A lot of stories happening about the DNR in the state of Michigan. For those of you who don't know, Department of Natural Resources. Joining me on the screen now is Linda. I've been talking to you for a while now,
Yes,
and we're talking about Trout Lake. And I guess it depends where people are. Northern Michigan, middle of Michigan. Is it Gladwin County?
it's Gladwin County, correct. Sherwin Township, Gladwin County.
Okay, so I'm going to bring it up on a map so people will know. And as I'm doing that, tell a little bit about the history of this lake. Michigan has lots of little lakes and little cool places like this. And I've never heard of this before, but tell us a little bit about it.
So this trout lake in particular, with its sister lake Hoyster, which is just above it, back in the 1930s, the fisheries department had decided that they would like to take these two lakes that were created by beaver, and they wanted to use these two lakes for planting fish. They wanted to see if they create a trout stream, a trout fishery.
Okay.
So what they decided in the 60s was to build two impound dams, one on Hoyster Lake and then one on Trout Lake.
And that's the one
And
right there that we can see.
correct, that
Okay.
one's the Trout Lake impoundment. So when they did this, they created three campsites, three campground sites around this whole lake. And they also recently built walking trails, hiking trails all around the between the three lakes there.
Oh
And
wow.
I still got a boat launch there, so it's beautiful. It's rustic, we don't have electricity, there's no showers, no nothing. It's a whole disconnect from the modern
Oh,
technology.
wow. A lot of people. I would imagine that'd be a great place to vacation to get away from it all.
It is. At first the kids kinda give you a little run for your money because they want their phones, they want their gaming, but,
Yeah.
once they're there and they've got free reign, it's beautiful.
And there's businesses right there, right?
So the businesses are in town. So there's a small town called Merida. And so that's just a very small town. And then, of course, usually people coming up from the Saginaw way have to travel through Beaverton and Gladwin.
Yep.
And we already know the situation with the Beaverton and Gladwin area losing their four lakes already. So this makes another lake for Gladwin and Meredith there.
Okay. So that's all good news, but there is some bad news because what, the DNR has now gotten involved?
Correct. DNR is now involved.
What are they involved in and how did it start? Has it been going on for a while or no?
So DNR Fisheries Department manages the dams and the inland lakes and so on. Parks and Recreation manages the campground aspect.
Okay.
So being that this dam had started losing water last year and was inspected, and they found that the stop logs that retain the water started leaking, that they're moving forward to wanting to remove the dam versus repairing the stop logs.
Okay. And what will that do? If what they want to do happens, what will that look like? Because I grew up a city boy. But what would that look like? What would that do?
So what that will do is that will completely eliminate the whole entire lake. And what they're saying is that it will become a stream with a small kettle lake. And a kettle lake is just very, very small, maybe about 5 acres, maybe. This is a 25-acre lake that you're looking at right here.
Yeah, I
So what
found
they're
pictures. I think these are pictures also from Google, but it looks beautiful.
it is. It's
Oh, look at
very
that.
beautiful.
I
Yep.
think that's from there in an area where kids you can play and go in the water.
Yep. Yep. You got 2 sets of the one middle set of the campgrounds is right to the lake, so your campground site just goes right up to the lake,
Okay.
and
So
so yeah.
to fix the dam, what did they say is wrong with it?
So far right now is what they've discovered is the way that dam is built, it's got 2 bays where they place it's basically boards, 3-inch by 6-inch by 3'9" boards, and they stack on top of each other. So they got 2 bays, so they need 32 of those boards to replace, which will cost them about $1,000 roughly to replace those. They're saying what they wanna do because apparently they can get funding and grants to remove the dam.
Yeah, okay, I just found this from their website. This is back this was this year. DNR recommends removal of Trout Dam due to ecological and safety concerns.
which is
Um,
yeah.
yeah, what you probably read this or looked at this. What is your take on what they're saying? Not just you, but a lot of people up there. What are you saying about their argument?
So their argument, I feel, is very invalid. For me, they built this dam. They created this dam specifically for their fisheries department, and as that was failing, now they've got this revenue campground that I feel, because it's not a modernistic campground, the parks don't want nothing to do with it. It does bring in revenue. However, as far as they're talking ecological,
Yeah.
I feel that ecologically, it's gonna do more harm. We have loons that come on that lake, and in fact, they showed up there yesterday.
Oh wow.
The swans showed up today, and, those are protected birds, and they keep dismissing that. We do have Arlene Westhoven with with Michigan Loon Protective Association, and as of today, we had to bring in Sarah Thompson with the Wildlife Division in.
Is this estate posted this? Is this the dam or what is this?
So that is a picture of the dam with low water.
Okay. The state,
That
yeah,
is
the state.
not what it looks like today. However, at the rate
Okay.
they're going, it's gonna look like that pretty soon.
Yeah, so this would not be a place anyone would want to come and visit then.
No, no, absolutely not. And underneath there, it'll be muck. It'll just be like it is over in the Sanford area. Jeff Jolly, who is the fisheries supervisor at our commissioners meeting on Tuesday, was trying to say, the vegetation's going to regrow. You're thinking, you're not thinking right. It's still going to grow. And one of the commissioner ladies, I believe it was Tammy, had stepped up and said, no, it's not going to grow. It's going to smell. It's going to stink. You're not being truthful here. And he's not.
Wow. Do you live by there or do you go there often or why are you involved?
So when I was a little toddler, way back when, we used to go camping there.
Okay.
And then as I got older, we started going back there with my friend Linda, who got me going up there again in high school. And then my children and now my children's children are now going up there.
Okay.
So
Lots of memories.
very much so. And it's for everybody. Everybody's kind of going through there with that same sentiment.
You said a video to me, I think, and is this today or this is when
That is today.
and this is what it looks like now or what is this?
So, what had happened, we had our commissioner meeting on Tuesday, and this was to discuss whether or not they were going to repair the dam versus removing the dam. It was kind of like a meeting for them to hear everybody's position on it, their voices, their sentiments, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and the decision was that they were not going to do what's called a drawdown to start removing the water out of the lake until the end of June, early July. It just so happened that one of our people there in our group was there, and they had removed some boards to start the drawdown. And beknownst to us, it's coming out faster than what is supposed to be.
So do they literally take the dam away, destroy it, move it, get rid of it?
So what they said once I got in touch with state senator or state representative Mike Hoadley and
Yeah, yeah.
Senator Roger Hauk, they got involved, and supposedly what was stated was that they needed to try and take pressures off the damaged boards in the back. So they needed to start doing a drawdown on that water to help alleviate pressure from those boards. However, what's going on is much more than just that. According to the permit that Eagle has um, permitted for them to do, it's a half a foot a day. They are well over that within a few hours as of yesterday. So it's continuing to pull water out.
Wow. So they own it and your point is they invested in it originally and now they want to abandon it, it sounds like.
Exactly. Exactly. They built this beautiful site, And, so many people come from all over the place. It's not just Gladwin or Saginaw County. There's people that come up there from Ohio, the other side of the state, up in the UP. I mean, this is a very tranquil lake. And it's clean. It's one of the cleanest lakes you're gonna find to swim in. Like, you can go across the lake there, and you can see to the bottom. Like, it's just very clean.
So where do we stand now? Is there any chance that with maybe public pushback, can they, or is it too late to change any
So
hearts and minds at all? Or
so what we were told, and it's funny, we're getting 3 different stories today. So, one of the stories was that, yesterday's story was that this is just part of the drawdown to reevaluate the stop logs and get an inspection done to the outtake pipe, which is still needing to be done. And the other one is, that this is it. They're drawing it down. This is going to be the entail of it. And then the other one is no, this is just the drawdown to get to the damaged boards to get those out. So, we're not getting a truth story here. We're getting several different ones. The permit saying that it's to draw down to relieve pressure off the damaged boards.
wow, okay. So you're just looking for answers, and hopefully if people can know about this, and what should they do? Should they give their lawmakers a call, or the DNR? What do you think could help?
So we do have petitions going around.
Okay.
There's petitions up in Gladwin, Clare, Houghton Lake, Harrison. I've got a few around here in St. Charles, one at the gas station and Bear Sports Club. I just pulled theirs out because I had to turn it into the representative. Definitely any voice will help. We want to save our lake, and truly, the more voices that can come through and speak up and try and save it, we're willing to do it. We're willing to do fundraising for it to even help cover the costs. I mean, $2.6 million for a repair of $1,000 of logs just seems to not equate. So
Yeah, exactly. And this is one reason why people love Michigan, to be able to vacation, to go to places like that. That's what makes Michigan special.
and this is truly one of those special places. Like it truly is. Even, the people that are coming there just from the notoriety that it's getting now have been going there in a it's just beautiful place.
Well, I will put this out there, and I appreciate. Please keep me updated. The minute something changes, message me, and I'll bring you back on. And I like to go out there in the near future because the weather, it's starting to get a little warmer. So I'd like to head out there myself.
Absolutely. I mean, it was nice. We had some campers come up after this started getting noted around that they went up to the top of the hill and started camping. Keep an eye
Wow,
on some DNR people, making sure that nothing else was happening.
wow.
So
Well,
truly, truly dedicated people that are trying to save our lake. So
good luck. Please keep me updated.